Dirty Dread. Alright, Mark Golden, baby mother. The 94 people were follow that me I don't know body. I a young blood clot boy and boy you follow Mark Golden. Look for your skin color and look who you follow. Eh? Mark Golden. You see it, and you're blacker than Andrew Holness and a Mark Golden you follow. And I can call big man Dirty Dread. So good boy. Mark Golden, baby mother, if Mark Golden buy them 2 liquor we have on table and fuck you for your birthday. Your throat must have hearted you now. Sodomite boy. You can style me as Dirty Dread. Thinking so good boy. Mark Golden panty.
Politics is more important than humanity for the opposition. That is why they take the decisions they take. That's why they were caught in the recording speaking casually about what I think is a crime against humanity. It is a crime against humanity to plot and scheme to prevent the advancement of a bill that is meant to help people who have been disenfranchised. People like the citizens of Westmoreland and Hanover, that is completely controlled by the PNP. They don't even care about their own supporters. The political positions of the party are more important than the lives of the human beings they have been elected to serve. And it is not enough for Mark Golding to say this was not an official group. The people who are caught in the recordings, the gentleman who said that they know that it would have bypassed, that if it went to local government, we would have made issues with it. That gentleman is a spokesperson for the opposition. And we're not going to dance around it. It is not enough. Plotting and scheming to prevent people from getting what is needed for them to advance their lives. It's a crime against humanity. It's as though it is a requirement to be a despicable human being to be a member of the PNP. And I see some people trying to brush it off like it's light. It is bringing us into their psyche. That's how they think. That's why they told us that we shouldn't put our children on the official rural school bus program for the government. Them going to put them in a pro-box taxi. That's why they voted against the state of emergency, the very thing that brought down crime.
Mark Golding, the British citizen slave master Swampy. Let us talk about it, guys. Let's talk about it. What Mark Golding said yesterday regarding the Vice Note matter, I want you guys to take it and throw it in the deepest pit hole. Yeah? What Mark Golding did yesterday was to disrespect the Jamaican people and tell the Jamaican people, "Uno go suck or the mother." Him don't give a shit. And I'm sorry for the big respected people who watch my blog. I'm sorry for those language. Yeah? But Mark Golding continued to disrespect the Jamaican people. The Vice Note is coming from the hierarchy of the PNP criminal organization regime, and anything Mark Golding said otherwise, they just throw in the trash. One of the reasons why I don't share the video that is circulating of what he said is because anything Mark Golding said, yeah, is not true. And it need to treat it as such. So me not share it because it would make me worse than him to share what he said. Look at Mark Golding body language. Look at his face expression. Mark Golding is not sorry about the Vice Note. Mark Golding now have no remorse. He not show no form of sympathy. He didn't condemn the Vice Note. Mark Golding don't care about anybody in this country but himself. Yeah? This man is not ready for any form of leadership. And I would encourage those who are going to challenge him, go ahead. because this man doesn't belong in the position that he's in. It is a dark day within the criminal organization regime. He should never open up his mouth if he's going to say what he said. He just make the matter worse. And I want to tell all of you who is sharing that video. Oh no, not share it, man. Oh no, not share it. Don't help Mark Golding to spread his lie, misinformation, propaganda, rumor, and disinformation. Oh no, don't help him do it. Let him sink himself because he's unworthy.
I rise today to speak on the state of our democracy and the recent desperate attempts by the members opposite to manufacture a national crisis where none exists. If you tune into social media over the last few weeks, you would have thought a massive national revolution was brewing. The PMP bloggers, their digital echo chambers, and organizers like Kay Osborne were shouting from the rooftops telling the world that the country was going to shut down on June 30th for the grand Stand for Jamaica demonstration at Crossroads. They hyped it up, they beat drums, and they expected thousands of angry citizens to descend upon the corporate area. But, Madam Speaker, empty barrels make the most noise. When the sun came out on Tuesday morning, the Grand Revolution turned out to be a lonely, clumsy little gathering of a few hundred diehard PMP agitators and bloggers looking for content. The massive wave of public anger they promised never materialized. The youth of Jamaica completely ignored them. The well-thinking working class people of this country stayed away from them. Madam Speaker, the truth is plain to see. The PMP is completely out of sync with the modern Jamaican heartbeat. They are a clumsy bunch desperately dancing out of rhythm with the mind of the masses. They are stuck in the 1970s time warp, thinking they can still use old school street theater and cheap scare tactics, like spreading false hysteria over basic international transit agreements to manipulate the people of this country. But Jamaica has graduated from that era, Madam Speaker. The masses are smarter than that. The opposition tried to use this demonstration as a political sounding pole to gauge the country's mood. And there is a deep ironic significance that they chose Crossroads as their venue. Because right now, the PMP as a party is standing at a massive existential crossroad. They went to that intersection to figure out exactly where they stand in the minds of the Jamaican people. And you know what, Madam Speaker? The sounding pole worked. The people of Jamaica gave them an answer that was loud, clear, and completely devastating. By leaving that venue empty, the masses looked at the PMP and told them plainly, "You are just not our type." The Jamaican people are moving forward toward progress, development, and modern infrastructure. They have absolutely no interest in dating a party that only offers dependency, complaint, and structural decay. So let me leave a final word of wisdom for the members opposite as they stand lonely at their literal political crossroads. Coming events cast their shadows. The complete failure of your protests is a massive shadow casting over your political future. When the masses refuse to stand with you in the streets, it means they have already left you behind. At this rate, with no blueprint, no vision, and nothing but noise, you aren't just looking at a minor electoral setback. You are looking at a very long, very cold wandering in the political wilderness. Probably 18 and a half years in opposition is casting its shadow over you right now. The answer is simple, Madam Speaker. Course never business in a fall fight. The PNP has absolutely no business trying to lecture this country on what the masses want. While Captain Chaos and his out-of-sync crew continue their theatrical play acting on the sidewalks of Crossroads, this administration will continue to do the heavy, mature lifting to protect and build a prosperous Jamaica. I thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you all for liking, sharing, and engaging my videos, as well as following me to Garden House. Walk good, Jamaica.